What is up, the peoples out there? In this video, I'm going to talk about prioritization and goal setting and understanding your wants, your desires, your needs, and how to accomplish those in a way that you end up fulfilled. First, I want to talk about the Stephen Covey first things first principle. So there's things that are urgent, not urgent, and valuable, not valuable, and you kind of list that out in a little 2x2 grid. And obviously, you want to do the things that are not urgent but valuable. Those tend to have the biggest long-term impact versus the things that are urgent and valuable, like emails, answering phone calls. Like a lot of times, those things seem like what you should put most of your effort into, but they're actually not going to give you the most long-term results. And in my career at my company, it's very important that we work on the right things and the things that provide the most value. So in software engineering, we have the option to, build things to solve problem A, build things to solve problem B, and multiple ways to build the things that solve those problems. If problem A is a hard, challenging problem that is causing people to spend a lot of effort into doing that thing, versus problem B, which only affects a few people and doesn't cause that long, obviously you would want to dedicate your resources to problem A. But let's say, for example, to solve problem A, you need to spend 2 or 3 years building some kind of software. Maybe you want to solve the stock market. That's a really hard problem that would benefit a lot of people, but obviously that's really hard to build. So if solving problem B only takes a few days to build something, then you want to build the thing that solves problem B, and then take your ass and go build something that solves problem A. No. So obviously, it's not as simple as that. Normally, at big companies that solve complex problems, you have problem A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, and you need to get customer input and a whole bunch of scoping meetings and solving complex, ambiguous problems to be able to make sure that you're doing the right thing and putting your resources in the right bucket. And that problem also applies to people's personal lives, which is why I wanted to talk about Warren Buffett and his concept of knowing what you really want, learning the tools to accomplish what you really want, and then building systems to do what you really want to do. Now, what does that mean? Stephen Covey once had a meeting with someone, and he asked that person, list down your 25 things that you would like to focus on and get better in life. And 25, that's kind of a high number, but if you really sit and think about it, get better at basketball, read better, be a better husband, be a better friend, learn how to cook, be really good at riding bicycles and being able to do a marathon. What else do I have? Progress in my career. There's a lot of things. I can't come up with it all on the spot in front of a camera, but you understand that list can get pretty big once you really think about it and think deep in your goals. Be a good streamer at video games. Be good at making these videos. Keeps going on. And then he said, I want you to circle the top 5 on that list, and then think about potential ways on how you would accomplish those top 5, and make sure that those are your 5 most important things. So circle the 5 most important things, and then Warren said, now what are you going to do about the other 20 things? It's like, well, these are still important to me, and I would like to do them intermittently. But then Warren looked at this guy and said, those are your avoid at all costs. Those are your distractors. So obviously, it's hard to be a master of everything. You can be, what's the cliche? I don't know, something of many but master of none. Like, that's what happens if you try to focus on too many things, especially the things that don't provide high value. Like, if your goal is become really good at video games, but you don't end up doing anything else with that, or your stream never picks off because there's millions of people doing video games, which that's another thing. Barrier to entry is another thing you need to consider when deciding what it is that you want to work on and understanding your values and your need and your why and why you want to do something. But 20 things, avoid those at all costs. 5 things, focus, go deep into those. One, for me, family. Pretty much everything I do is motivated for family, and it's pushed me to become a pretty successful person that has gotten to a point where I want to share my knowledge with other people. That's my number 2, sharing knowledge with other people. Family, sharing knowledge with other people. That's mostly the things that are most important to me. But I do spend too much time playing video games, which should be on my avoid at all costs list because I am older now and I shouldn't be doing that because it just doesn't provide much value to society. Even if I do record them and share them, it takes a little while to build that all up. And if you're trying to do 10 things at once and you're not doing any of them really good, you're not going to have those eureka moments on the 5 things that you go deep in where you can have exponential growth, which software engineering grants me the opportunities to do these things, and I think software engineering is a great field because everything has software systems around it. Even this YouTube platform that you're watching this video on, the way I recorded this video is there's tech intertwined with that. So selecting good fields is always good. And I'm kind of trailing off here. I apologize for that. Back to circle those 5 things that you really want to focus on. Go deep in those. Be able to separate yourself from those distractors, those things that appear to have high value and appear urgent, but aren't really, that can be set aside so that you're putting your first things first to help you accomplish those long-term goals and go deep and recognize those exponential gains long run, which it might take a long time, kind of like recording things on YouTube when you're not a great public speaker. I might 2 or 3 years of these videos, maybe only a couple people watch them every now and then, but then 3 years from now they kind of start to take off. I become more comfortable as a speaker. I learn how to study and prepare for these in a way that really connects with you, the consumer out there, which is my big goal is to be able to help provide value to people's lives and do that in a way where it connects and resonates with people to want to go out and make changes. And I hope you are doing the same things. So again, if you're just watching this video and you're not doing anything with it afterwards, it doesn't provide a huge amount of benefit, but I want you to think about what you value, what your top 10 or 15 goals are, and what those top 5 are that you really want to accomplish, and creating systems that you can focus on those with intention statements. At 5 o'clock, I will meditate for 5 minutes in my gym. At what's another one? At 9 o'clock, I will record a motivational video on this ugly couch for the people out there that hopefully will watch this and get some kind of value. But I think that's all I'm going to say for now. We're at 8 minutes. I hope you guys have gotten some of this, gotten something from this, and please do write down those goals, come up with those systems, stay away from those distractors, and get out there and achieve some big success that will help hopefully put your life in a better place by avoiding things that might put you down. But all right, see you guys. Bye.